If he ends up in a car, to me that means he would have been lured out of that house in the middle of the night. What are your thoughts about the prospects of that? Someone like Sebastian, right? He has some special needs. He's a child with autism. Being lured by someone, perhaps someone from online, and bypassing, not telling his mother, not telling his father, and being able to walk out of that house. What do you think it would take to lure Sebastian out of that home?
Well, we would want to consider his normal patterns of behavior, including who he had normal conversations with. Was he playing online, on games, and speaking with people he became familiar with? So we would want to look at that familiar patterns for him. And if potentially, as we know, a lot of teenagers do play games online and have online friends. So we would want to investigate and look at who was he regularly talking to or who he encountered, because based off of that information, if he potentially was lured and he got into a vehicle, we would probably want to make some assumptions that there probably was some familiarity, and unless there's some evidence of struggle, which it doesn't sound like there is. So
that's exactly what I'm saying. When it just breaks it all down and you see what's there and what's not there and how long it's been, that's what speaks to me right there. Just because you locked your stuff down doesn't mean that there's not ways around it. On both sides.
Exactly.
Whether it's for a predator or a child playing a game you shouldn't be playing. Either one. And these people are telling you got Chris McDonough, you got this lady saying it. I mean, it's just, was I saying this 6 months ago? No. Was I saying it 5 months ago? No. 4 months ago? I started to think it.
And just think outside the box and things kind of start clicking in your head, like logically.
Right.
And what's to take me away from that? Nothing. In fact, time just brings me closer to it. That's why I'm at the point where I feel like that's what took place anymore. I'm sorry. If he walked on any of those roads, he was getting picked up from a camera. In the trees, in the backyards, no. But then that person would have to know the neighborhood. And who knows, maybe if they were going to do this, they went there and okay, here, I can be right here. All right, come on, buddy, follow me this way, And then, like they said, if it was something like that, then it would be somebody that would be close, he would trust. And who does that go to? The classmates, your family, and the people you have contact with on video games.
Exactly.
I just
It's
this
maddening.
video game stuff, man.
It's maddening.
The things that they're saying here, it just, I keep feeling video game, and he knew them.
Oh, it's very interesting.
Now, the possibly no shoes, that's something that,
yeah.
Why now? Why now? It's the first time, so I don't understand that.
Add more chaos, I guess.
Or maybe I don't know. Maybe you're going off. I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me. It really doesn't. Like, that means that you're going off of somebody else's word if you're going to change it. It's not speaking on accident because it's the same thing you tell everybody, it seemed like,
Right.
I don't know. It just, something's. Because even if they told you, in the beginning, yeah, the shoes were accounted for.
Uh-huh.
Why 6 months later, possibly no shoes? It doesn't make sense, man. Because it's not like they're going to be like, yeah, well, we told you this back then, and here's the new update. Possibly no shoes. That doesn't make sense either. You know what I'm saying? So it's either like you were just trying to agree, with what Katie was telling you or what Chris was telling you?
Possibly he got
It just,
new information.
but they say they haven't heard anything from the first day. We've had no updates. You know, you hear Tony say the same thing. We would like it if they would at least tell us what's going on here. What updates are up to today? Like, dude, they're not going to make shit up. Hey,
Exactly.
guess what? Yeah. Hey, guess what? No, they're not going to make it up. So if there's no update, it means there's no freaking update. But to me, there is an update now. The update is possibly no shoes.
Exactly.
And that's going to be a topic of conversation from this point on now. Possibly no shoes.
Definitely.
Not that it leads you in any other direction, but what it does show you is this is what is reported as factual timeline.
Yeah,
Part
6
of the-
months later, it
Yeah.
messes up everything.
Part of the
I
investigation.
mean, it was still cold as shit that night from all the information I've gathered. But if he had shoes on, he could get farther than without shoes.
Yeah, a lot farther.
But there'd still be a sign.
Yeah. There would be. I mean, what if there's a lot of things that went wrong in the search? What if the dog did screw up that day? What if he actually did have shoes on? What if there was a scent, but the dogs didn't
Well,
catch
you would still leave a scent because all the skin cells are just flying off your body as you're walking. It's not going to be as strong as your foot in the grass, but you're still going to have a scent.
It doesn't seem like my son at all. He would never leave my house in the middle of the night barefoot, and if he did, he wouldn't. He wouldn't. You know, we've left in the middle of the night. There's been times that we've gone fishing in the middle of the night. You know, we plan that sort of stuff. But him walking out the door in the middle of the night, no. It's not something he would do. It's something he's never done on me.
Will Sebastian ever be found?
You know, Vinny, I have hope like you and everyone else that's a possibility. Statistically, 6 months into this, unless he did walk out that door on his own accord, that possibility, gets lower and lower.
Can you let a supervisor know that I have a case report with an arrest attached?